coastal playing league.
That's a bigger league.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just a higher level, it's like the Cape Cod league, not everybody gets to play Cape Cod.
Kudos to Ben, he's just had a big week, hasn't he? Yes. To hear it.
She's so proud of him. I love her. Well, you know, hey, I still find him. He's 42 years old.
Stubborn 13-year-old boy thinks he knows everything, and he knows a lot.
Really.
That one, August, we used to have something good on
She just said,
Certain weird musicals.
so you said they had done something.
this number should be more.
You have to do it when it's right.
This charged and received, and they're gonna change
You'll
some
probably like
stuff.
to turn it on this side there.
You said that. Lizzie's little dance.
I know they have big time. The two of them are kind of joined at the hip, aren't they? I love the two of them together, they're so cute when they're at my house.
Yeah, I mean, Lizzie has a class. Emily's just special.
Yeah. Emily is that way, she's just a sweetheart, she really is very, she's old for her years, you know?
You ready? It's time. Call the meeting to order. Board of Commissioners meeting. Can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Bingle.
Here,
Commissioner Blackman. Commissioner Copeland.
Here.
Here.
She answered.
Thank you. Commissioner Copeland.
Here.
Commissioner Outlaw.
Here.
Commissioner Powell. Present. Commissioner Reddick. Commissioner Scott.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you all. You said we have public comments to be made.
Yes, sir. Ms. Carr?
Yes, Board. I just had a question as far as the last meeting. It had Commissioner Blackman, it says arrived after a roll call and via Zoom. And when I was here, I saw at the very end, after the meeting had adjourned, she was on the screen. This is, since it's a remote meeting, this is actually a conference meeting versus it's a remote, people are participating remotely. So for the public to understand who's participating, they should be able to see them on the screen, or they should be, if a public doesn't know they're participating, I don't know how the board can know people are participating.
Yeah, I see her
Eh.
point. We should just, and I think they're getting better at it, but just make sure that the remote thing works real well.
That's right.
There's no reason they can't show like Ms. Blackman is right there on this.
Right.
Now, if she has her camera turned off, there's nothing we can do about it, right?
Right, I understand that aspect, and I've ran many Zoom meetings, and I know how the technology works. It also said that Chairman Scott arrived after, Chair Scott arrived after roll call on Zoom. I was here, and at no time during that meeting, all I heard was Chairman Scott will not be joining us today.
We haven't discussed the minutes yet, and that's gonna be a correction to the minutes. We have not approved the minutes yet.
Okay,
They were from, and we have not approved the minutes.
I just see that they were.
Understood, but they
Okay,
are
yes,
correct.
yes, ma'am.
And
Thank
so
you.
we haven't approved the minutes.
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Minutes, review the minutes.
Can we put that? Can we identify who it is on by phone?
My phone.
You could ask who's the person on Zoom.
Said she was gonna join somewhere.
The person that's on by phone, can you identify yourself? You have,
Can you see me?
Yeah, we
No,
can see
not
you.
Ms.
You-
Black.
You're good.
Not you,
You
Ms.
was on.
Blackman. Is somebody else on by phone? Can you identify yourself? You have yourself on mute.
You're gone now.
They were. They said they would identify themselves.
That's weird. Maybe they come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
New technology.
To the minutes.
You gonna go with the minutes?
No, well, we wanna make corrections.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I think she said that it was, the corrected, minutes were sent, but
I
it didn't
I
wind up.
provided the corrected
this
minutes,
packet.
but they did not end up in
Right.
this packet, so we can go through what was corrected.
Okay.
They were all my fault.
no
I'm sorry.
problem. I
You
was-
send me the
so-
minutes, Stephanie, I can fix the board packet and send it back out.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so, under the roll call, it should have been that, Pastor Scott, Chairman Scott is not present. He was not on after the Zoom. Roll
But I
call.
was.
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't know that
Oh.
either.
See, and I
was.
didn't
Matter of
see
fact,
you.
because of a lot of conversation with Jim, and I got on even before Ms. Blackman even got on. And I hit Z saying, why wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not.
I didn't-
I missed
questions
that.
about it as well.
Right.
Yes,
Because
so
I even
she
sent,
told me after the meeting that
He was on.
He-
I even
was
sent
on.
a text, why do y'all cut off? Because Janelle started getting some other conversations I wanted to listen to.
Right.
You
Okay.
know.
So the part about him calling the meeting to order
It's not correct.
should be.
Okay.
no, that should be Vice Chair
Commissioner-
Bingle.
Yeah.
Right, Bingle, right. So that.
And
should
the
be
following
Bingle.
roll call, Vice Chair Bingle determined that a quorum was present.
Right.
That was all
exactly.
me
And then
just,
that line
yes,
is-
going too fast.
exactly.
So it's the
Okay.
usual thing.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That was
I
all
copied
I
and
saw.
pasted. Oops.
Is there anything else?
Commissioner Copeland was via Zoom.
Yeah, she was.
Yes.
And I think the two, that Vice Chair Bingle was leading the meeting, I think
Should be. legal.
those were the only things. And I'll send those to you, Julianne, so you'll have them.
Well, I make a motion that we adopt the minutes with the changes that were stated.
One second.
All in favor of accepting the meeting that, as adopted with changes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you all for reading them so carefully.
I appreciate it.
Help me.
This goes in the records, I appreciate it. Finance report.
We're gonna be looking at the consolidated income statement ending April 30th, 2024. Total operating revenue for Trent Court is $247,259. For the Ross Grant, $31,117. For New Bern Towers, $394,467. On page 2, total expenses for Trent Court, $398,436. For the Ross Grant, $24,519. For New Bern Towers, $339,420. Total other revenue for Trent Court, $1,473,305. Total profit for Trent Court, $1,322,128. For the Ross Grant, $6,598. And for New Bern Towers, $55,046. Are there any questions?
Any questions or comments from Ms. Wells?
The only question I have is for further identification, April 30th, from what to what?
That's year to date.
Thank you. You know, we're just
Did you
like,
add that up there?
it would be, I mean, I really do like to know
Okay.
what, I know you guys know, but
Right.
I'll add
the
that.
public particularly,
Thank you, Commissioner.
yes, ma'am.
Mildly confused as to why are these numbers different than those we just did in the finance?
It shouldn't be.
It should be, it's that first page, year to date in your finance report, not the other one.
It's the first report in the financial report, the consolidated.
Also got the wrong one. Got it, thanks.
Believe it's the first thing I checked.
The Newbern Towers, what was the $4,400 consulting fee?
That was for the company that came,
That did
They
the
did that-
pre-inspection.
that pre-inspection.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we accept the financial statements.
Second.
Second.
All in favor of accepting their financial statement as reported, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Executive Director's report.
So the main thing I wanted to kind of share with you all is in your information. We're moving forward with the audit for 12/31/23. Julian is in the process and we're providing the audit firm the pre-information that they need before they come in July to do the field work. That process is going pretty smoothly, but we wanted to go ahead and give the board a very detailed outline of the schedule for the audit, so that way you all will have an expectation of what will be done as it relates to the process related to the audit. Any particular questions at this time?
The only question I have is, will the auditor contact the commissioners to see if they have any?
Yes, sir. Not only that, we'll schedule a meeting. Generally, what I like to try to do is to have an entry and an exit. So one of the things that I'm gonna coordinate with them, besides them providing interviews to you all, is to also make sure that we do an exit interview as they are available as well.
Okay.
The other thing that I'd like to add is we received in the mail today a check for Carolina Avenue for our portion of the deferred developer fee of $43,065.55. So we did receive that in the mail today. As a follow-up to last month's meeting, I did have a meeting with Chief Gallagher. It was a very fruitful meeting, great discussion around the Shop Spotter program. At this time, they're still doing their internal reviews as it relates to what would be a fair cost allocation or what that looks like. So they've not determined that. He was able to give me some very good detailed information on specifically looking at, shots fired and how it's applicable to our development and those things. But as it relates to a cost standpoint, they're a little while away from being able to provide us any specifics on what's needed from them. But I did enjoy the opportunity to sit down with them and talk about it.
What would be helpful is if there are any other sister cities that have adopted that kind of a program.
He shared Greenville,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, as one of the communities that did it, and so Mr. Outlaw, he did.
I'm talking about as far as the sponsors.
Yeah. So
Is Greenville doing that?
Yeah, he shared how some of the other communities are reaching out to the business community to get those sponsorships. And he was even willing to come meet with the board if at the time that he pulls that information together, he was willing to come share it with us as well.
Reggie, did I understand from an email I saw that the money's in the portal for the admin building or something like that?
Yep, so.
That's good news.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna save that until it was signed off on, but it's okay. So to Commissioner Bingle's point, FEMA has signed off internally. We're waiting on 2 more signatures and then the congressional notification. So once it goes through the Fed sign off, the state sign off, everything else has been approved. It's just sign offs that needs to occur now. And then because it's over a certain dollar amount, they notify the congressional office so that the congressman has the opportunity to make a public announcement that they have allocated this money. But right now, it's a little over $2 million that's allocated for us to redo the Charles Taylor building.
So it's just for that,
It's
nothing else
just,
on the
yeah,
ground?
it's just for the complete renovation of Charles Taylor. But the money is in the portal and it's approved, we just waiting on the final sign-offs.
Now get on that, you brought up a good point, I think a couple minutes ago, about redoing that building and if it would be congruent with the master plan.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that was my question. We went in and
Oh,
looked at it.
okay.
But I thought the designs were pretty good, right? We're moving forward with one of those we have, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So we walked it with
It
Commissioner.
is sort of the thing, you know, once you put that in there, but looking at it location-wise, I mean, it's gonna cohere with the neighborhood, even if it's not exactly like where our new track work stuff looks like. I think. Because it's right next to like Zeb's house, right? The way it's gonna sort of mesh in with that, I think, the way they're looking at it. So I don't know that it would block us in. I mean, I don't think we have to necessarily use that design style for the rest of it with it. I don't think it would be a major.
I think because it was existing, it was easier to
Yeah.
go with what was there versus new construction.
Yeah, no, it's,
It'd be easier. Anything from the architect on the project we've been looking at?
Yep, he is, they're moving forward, with the fit plan
Okay.
and a schematic on that.
Did they ever get the review from on the,
So we got the
phase one and
environment.
phase two, the
Yeah, so we got the
environmental?
environmental, we know what's there because of, some potential, concerns based on the cleaners and
Okay.
other things like that. So there are some environmental concerns that ultimately, when we get to that point, we'll have to address. There's a lot of damage, as you can imagine, to the roof and to the building and to the membranes of FR Dennis from that standpoint. So there's still a lot, to be done as it relates to the environmental and the structural. Structurally, the building's sound, but the roofs, as y'all can imagine, are completely gone. So, but we're working through that, and the architect is developing a fit plan, and we've given them the go-ahead to continue to do that work. And Stacy Lee at the school district has continued to be in communication with us as it relates to that aspect as well.
these roofs can be a problem. Before we move on, I'm sorry, I was confused on this, and now I think I know why I'm confused on this. We're taking a step back, is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's just on I think it's only in the finance packet, not this packet, but I was comparing one from the one to the other, and now I understand. The consolidated income statement, which is the same one here in this packet as the finance packet. Then when you look at the budget performance April 2024 for Trent Court, which is page 5 of the finance packet. You got a variance here, and I think I've identified it, it's in the first column of the year-to-date actual. Your publication expense. On one of them, you got 7255, on the other, you got 72555, which is a order of magnitude.
7255.
Okay, so,
That was a typo.
got it, okay, so we got it, it was like,
I'll fix that.
that's what was making the numbers not match.
Thank you.
Got it.
Yes, that was definitely an extra number.
Mr. Chair, that's all I have for you under this category.
Okay, so the, tile report, y'all seen anything with the Bern tile, Trent Court, brought those reports in the reports from tile?
I do. Numbers are not right. Okay, so if you go back to, and maybe I've missed something, okay? So, I may have missed something. So y'all follow along with me and see if I'm wrong. If we go to our April meeting and we look at the report for Trent Court, for New Bern Towers, it said that we had 102 units occupied. We had 1 move in, no move out. So obviously the month before, it was 101, which, I believe that was correct. No, and that's not correct, because the month before, it was 103. So that was in March, it was 103 units occupied. In February, it was 103. In March, it was 102. Now in April, it's 102. And it said we had 2 move-ins and no move-outs. So that doesn't make sense. Do you see what I'm saying, Reggie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we need to,
I will,
if you go back, I went back the 3 months and none of it adds up. Also too, it doesn't add up as far as, you got the 1 and 3 bedrooms, then you had 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and there's no transfers, so I don't see any transfers, so I'm just not sure what happened there.
yes, ma'am. I'll find out.
Okay.
Both Tasha and Pam are in Myrtle Beach at a HOPS training and this week, and so, but I'll get the answers to that.
The Trent Court one is correct, and then moving down, when we look at, work orders. So if you look at work orders, when you go down, requests received completed, is that in 1 month, the requests that are received, or is that year to
It
date?
should be in 1 month.
Okay, so in March, they had 110 that they received, and 82 completed and 28 pending repairs.
Are you talking,
Towers.
Towers,
Towers.
yes, again, I'm
Okay.
still on towers.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good, everything works with New Bern, with Trent Court, the towers is where the numbers don't seem to work. So, for the month of April, they had 326 requests.
yes, so, well, it wasn't request, so keep in mind, we were preparing for the inspection. So we did the inspection.
And then you had to fix
and we
all
had
of
to
those
fix
things.
all of those things that, so some may have been large, small, or medium, but.
Right,
So
so,
a lot of that was self-generated based off of the inspection
Okay.
that we did to meet the April
I just,
22nd.
saw
inspection.
that long
Yeah,
number.
that's the
But
reason.
then you see outstanding requests, and that's 15, but pending repair is 12. So shouldn't those numbers be the same? On other reports, the numbers always match. Pending, outstanding requests and pending repairs were always the same amount, but in this case, this one says 15 and pending repair says 12.
We'll,
So that's a
we'll
discrepancy.
identify the discrepancy. Yes, ma'am.
Trent Court one is good. So I think that they're like, oh my God, get her out of here today.
No, you're fine.
Yes.
Any more comments or questions with the towers in Trent Court? Or
Now, where are we at on Trent Court with the, police report? I didn't see, it doesn't say 0, it doesn't say anything. Are you still working on that report under Trent Court?
Yes, Pam is still working with Captain Brown.
Well, that's fine. I'm surprised I didn't see 0 or 3
Yeah.
or something. There was just nothing on
Yeah,
that, so.
but on the report, we had a discussion with her. She indicated,
Captain Morrison Brown.
Morrison Brown, so she had indicated when we had the conference call with her that she was going back to the person that does the data
Okay.
stuff within the police department. And what she did say is the kind of report that we had referenced before, because of the change in the system, they may not be able to pull that data in the similar format, but she was gonna go back and talk with him to see if that could be done, or if not, then they would come up with something different. So we're just waiting to hear back from her at this point.
Thought about on those 2 reports.
Any questions, comments, on Ms. Ross?
Can we go back to Safety's report? Any updates with the redevelopment commission, anything going on? Updates? That's later?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't know if that was under executive director's report or not.
Any more questions on anything with the
The only thing we'll add on the Ross, we did have a family day a few weeks back, and the kids and the families enjoyed that. Cynthia put on. She had a lot of community partners out on that Friday. And
How
so-
was the participation when we had partners? How was the
Yeah,
participation?
they had to pull families out a little bit,
Yeah.
and but they provided food, so that's always a part. And so that part went over well. And they had icy, like an ice cream making company and ices and that kind of stuff. So that helped to pull the families out. They also had a information session this month with the tenants on renters insurance. So they had a real estate agent, not real estate, an insurance agent come out to talk to the residents about the importance of renters insurance and how they can benefit from it. So in the event there's a fire or flood or something in their unit, you know, some apartment complexes, a lot of market rate apartment complexes now require you to get renters insurance when you move in. We don't generally do that, but we're trying to educate our tenants on the benefits of it, and so, but it was well attended, and they had great participation.
We have a resolution there, Reg, you wanna talk to us about?
I don't think, do we have it?
This resolution is just to change the standard operating procedure. Instead of having board members have to come in and sign the slips to move funds from the security deposit account to the main account, it's just changing it to where we can do it electronically, and Mr. Barner can sign off on those.
And I'll just point out, the resolution number is 05.24.01.
That was my first resolution.
5.21.24.
Oh, 05.24, month, year, number. 05.24.01.
Entertain a motion to,
I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution 05-2401.
Second.
all in favor of adopting the, resolution 5.24.
05.24.01.
Oh, one, okay, oh, one, stand corrected, okay. All in favor of accepting the, approving the resolution as stated with change?
Aye.
All opposed?
And the page after just shows
The breakdown.
Yeah.
The new policy.
Yes.
Entertain a motion to go into, executive session, closed session,
I'll make a motion that we go into closed
discuss
closed
personnel
session to
matters.
discuss personnel matters citing section 143-318.11A6, as well as the purchase of real property, citing section 143-318.11A4.
All in favor of going into closed session, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?